Every level of society has to be involved in order to develop successful communities. In Ghana, we found 3 entities that are using soccer to achieve just that.
Liberate Africa.
The question is, where do the children come from before they end up on the streets? Most of the children come from deprived communities like this. They want to go to the city and get a greener pasture, and then from there, if they don't have anybody to help them, they end up on the street. So to cut the problem from the root, not from the stem, I try to come to the countryside and then educate the youth.
Congo is a small village, it's a traditional family village, and the population here is about 600, but 80% are children. The adults are less because most of the youth, when they grow up, after they complete their basic education, then they head up to the city, thinking that they can get some good job and then make money. But that also is just difficult, you know, because the educational background is poor. Education is the last thing, because they always fight for what they will get first, like food, like clothing. I just want to stop that rural migration to the street. Here, through hard work and effort, they can also create something for themselves.
I want to implement 3 sectors. I started with the football of the little ones. Second, I want to establish a workshop, like carpentry shop, and batik tie and dye for the women. And then finally, complete with agriculture, because you have a lot of farming lands around. So they make life for themselves. They don't need to travel to the city or to the big place before they want to become who they are. I want to help these kids to become assets instead of liabilities.
What today is about is really it's a football match, so you might say, well, what does that have to do with developing communities? Well, it really is a corporate football day, and the corporates pay money to participate in today's event, and we're going to take that money and we're going to use it to buy malaria nets, and we also distribute those nets. So ultimately it is benefiting the community. Most of the activities are done through the MTN Foundation, which is independent of MTN, has its own board of directors, the majority of whom are Ghanaians. Our success really depends on the community's success as well. So the more prosperous communities are in which we do business, the more successful we will be. So we view our corporate social responsibility and community development activities to be an essential and strategic part of our agenda.
We are in the University of Ghana in Accra, and we're watching the training of the FC Nanya, which is a club that Abedi Pele runs. He has won the European Championship with Marseille, and he was the captain of the Ghanaian Black Stars for many years.
I come from the same impoverished families like these kids. And the interesting thing is we all have one goal. We want to have a bright future. Not all of them are going to be successful in playing football, but to be able to give them a normal life, to put them in a better society, and then you see that they know what they are about, they know how to lead their lives, that they can also sit down and debate and fight for their rights, and you know, then we know we have achieved something really huge. Even if you are successful, you need to care for another millions of families coming from the same villages or the same district or the same region, and that is the African way of life. We as Africans who have been successful are trying to bring something new to the society today. I am doing this. If one day Michael Essien is able to do something, tomorrow Drogba is supposed to do something, I think we'll be able to get rid of a lot of children on the street, and that is our vision. It's going to be difficult, but I think one step at a time, and we can always achieve something great.